Phone's off.
Call the meeting to order for the Village of Round Lake Beach, our board meeting for Monday, April 25th, 2016. Please call the roll.
Trustee Husk.
Here.
Trustee Valdez. Trustee Wallace.
Here.
Trustee Butler.
Here.
Trustee Mount.
Here.
Trustee Bennis.
Here.
Mayor Hill.
Here. To the record show, a quorum is present. Will you all please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Any questions on the agenda? If not, is there a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved. Second.
With the trustee Wallace and trustee Bennis, we have motion and second. Any corrections, clarifications, additions, or deletions to the agenda? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, the agenda is approved as written. We have the council meeting minutes from April 11, 2016. Any corrections or clarifications on those? Again, hearing none, is there a motion to adjourn?
So
Or motion to
moved.
Adjourn, geez. Jump away at the end here. Really got out of here.
It's a hockey game.
We have a motion to approve. By trustee Bennis and,
No.
That would be Trustee Butler. Woo-hoo.
Second.
Let's go stay in the middle.
was that trustee Butler?
Yeah.
And
Second.
Trustee Husk. We have motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, that's approved. We have no expenditures to approve tonight, no ratifications. We'll move on to our committee reports. Trustee Mount?
Well, thank you, Mayor. I do have a SWACO report tonight. Household chemical waste collections at our Estes Street facility for all Illinois residents free of charge by appointment only. Please go to swaco.org to make that appointment. Our first mobile collection will be Saturday, April 30th in Antioch. It'll be from 8 to 2:30 at their Public Works. The address is at swaco.org. Electronics. Recently, the Board of Directors amended the recent motion to suspend all electronic collections, but as reported by the mayor recently, the program will continue to the end of the year. It's just a Band-Aid, but it's something that all the villages in Lake County have gone together to establish the procedure, so we don't have to see TVs and CRTs and everything just thrown all over the place. So the Grays Lake Public Works electronics collection site is open. It will be open from 8 to 3:30, Monday through Friday, and Saturday mornings. All 5 collection sites in Lake County will remain open. That's Waukegan, Antioch, Highland Park. And there's one more. Grant Township is the other one. Pharmaceutical and sharp items are located in over 20 police departments for collections here in Lake County, including the Round Lake Beach Police Department in beautiful downtown Round Lake Beach. They're open during normal business hours. Clothing and textile bins are located at the Public Works in Round Lake Beach. It's at 911 Lotus. It's on the east side of the building. So I always say if your clothes are good enough to donate, give them to Goodwill. If they're not good enough for anyone else to wear or utilize or anything, we just took a bunch of old drapes and stuff over there. Take them to the Public Works bins, because those are used to make rags for needy country and all over the world. Reuse a shoe program and other recycling programs are going on at any given time throughout Lake County. Please go to our website, swaco.org, and you'll find all that information. And remember our motto, recycle first, trash last. Thank you.
Thank you, trustee Mount. Any other announcements?
Mayor, if I could say just one thing real quick, I would like to thank Trustee Mount, you, and SWACO for all they're doing to keep these electronics.
More so trustee Mount.
Right, but you guys are putting the pressure on them and we're getting it done, and at least there's some money coming and it's helping the residents in the whole area really, because it's gonna be a huge hardship. So really from this board and everybody, thank you for all of it.
You know, we see TVs laying on the side of people's houses and in garages, and right now they're just, is it they haven't got the time or they're a little lazy to take them over to one of the collection sites? But we're also finding them dumped all everywhere. Can you imagine what's going to happen when these places do close up? And the $65,000 that we just collected from the various municipalities isn't nothing more than a Band-Aid. But the law went into effect on January 1st, 2012. You can't throw anything electronic in the waste stream. It's against the law. Swalco Police will come get you. No. So we've got to save our landfills. Once these landfills, we've got 2 in Lake County. Once they're stop operation, they're both destined to be filled by within the next 10 years. We're going to be training or trucking everything we've got toward Rockford, Belvedere, downstate. Just think of the cost it's going to be. We need transfer stations. We've got 1 in Lake County that's owned by Groot. We need 4 more. So we've got a lot of work ahead of us. And you know the old saying, just like when we tried to build our Swalco facility, not in my neighborhood, but the one in Gurnee is a beautiful facility. It's a great facility, and that's what we need more like that, and the one in Round Lake Park.
We need to educate our residents.
That's it. That's what it's all about. Thank you.
And Mayor, now that we can move on from Swalco, thank you, Trustee Mount, though, really,
Thank you
thank
very
you.
much.
We want to talk about Beach Fest, Beach Fest, Beach Fest. Here we go, another season, and can Trustee Wallace give us a good update again?
Thank you, Trustee Butler. Remind everybody, the last weekend in June, the 24th, 25th, 26th is our annual Beach Fest Festival. We have fantastic bands, as we always do. Bella Kane's playing on Friday night, and Beyond It, or Modern Day Romeos is playing on Saturday night. And we've got a fantastic carnival back again this year. We've got our petting zoo. We've got magicians for the kids. We've got all kinds of great things. Food. We may have too many food vendors this year. I think we've got 10 food vendors this year so far that have signed up. So yeah, I think everybody will have a great time. Praying that the weather will be good this year and that everybody will be able to come out. So come on out the last week of June, the 24th, 25th, and 26th, and enjoy yourselves.
Trustee Wallace, are we going to be able to paint Deputy Chief Rivera's face again like we did last year?
Hey, if you do it, I'll do it.
Oh, there you go.
I'll tell you what, and I was asked about this the other day.
Uh-oh.
Would you consider doing a dunk tank with me? Side by side.
Well, residents, we'll keep tuning in, and we'll let you know how this goes at the next meeting.
I'm looking at doing that, so I've got to get some officials.
Very good idea, and always a great time at Beach Fest.
Raise some money
So
for
your
the
own
Civic
podcast,
Center.
right?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other reports by the trustees? Okay, well, tonight we have a couple things on the mayor's agenda here. We have a Planning and Zoning Commission appointments. We have our chairman, Mark Bailey's up for reappointment. I'd like to make that appointment for Mark. He's done a wonderful job leading that Planning and Zoning Commission through some good times and very busy times. And it's been a little soft last couple of years, but it's been picking up again now that the economy's rebounding a little bit. So they've been very active, and they've done a lot of research for us on issues like the conservation area and things like that, that were just invaluable to us, the information you put together. So, again, I'll make that appointment. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by trustee Butler, second by trustee Mount.
Everybody.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
Trustee Valdez. Trustee Wallace.
Aye.
Trustee Butler.
Aye.
Trustee Mount.
Aye.
Trustee Venice.
Aye.
That's approved 6-0. Mark, you want to come on up and get sworn in, or re-sworn in, or?
Come all the way up. Thank you for all your knowledge.
Thank you, Mark.
Something like 30 years ago, I walked into the village hall, what was then the village hall, and asked if they had something that a citizen could join. 6 weeks later, I was on what was then the planning commission. I've been on planning and zoning ever since. It has been my privilege and my pleasure to serve, and I'm just grateful that you think enough of my service to give me another 5 years.
There you
Oh,
go.
very much so.
Thank you.
Okay, Mark, if you'd raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the Office of Planning and Zoning Commission
the duties of the Office of Planning and Zoning Commission
according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
according to the best of my abilities, so help me God.
Thank you, Mark. Congratulations. Thank you, sir.
Been my pleasure.
You were voluntold. You were voluntold.
Thanks for everything, Mark. You bet.
Thank you, Mark. You taught me so much.
I'm glad it worked.
So, we also have, we have Board Member Audrey Parker for reappointment for the Planning and Zoning Commission also. Audrey's been a big part of that commission for several years now, and brought a good perspective to it. So I'd like to reappoint her also. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by trustee Mount, second by trustee Husk. We have a motion and a second. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Valdez. Trustee Wallace.
Aye.
Trustee Butler.
Aye.
Trustee Mount.
Aye.
Trustee Bennis.
Aye.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
That's approved 6-0 also. Audrey, you want to come on up and get sworn in?
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the Office of Planning and Zoning Commission
the duties of the Office of Planning and Zoning Commission
according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
according to the best of my abilities, so help me God. It's like a memory test.
I'm sorry.
You did good, Audrey.
Hey, we got her for 30 years now, like Mark, right?
That's right.
Keep threatening her, she'll be the next chairman.
Keep Audrey.
Well, then keep up the
Thank you,
good
Audrey.
work. She's doing
Thank
something
you.
right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Audrey.
Thanks, Audrey.
Yeah. With some jelly beans. Got jelly beans. I'm gonna put 'em in Dave's office.
We also have on our agenda tonight a proclamation proclaiming the month of May as Motorcycle Awareness Month. You know, May is when it gets nice out. It got a little nicer out earlier this year, so April's been pretty busy with motorcycles out there already. So maybe they need to move that up to April, so we don't have any problems in town. Luckily, knock on wood, we haven't. Is there a motion to approve that? Oh, actually, well, maybe we'll have the clerk read it first.
Okay. Whereas safety is the highest priority for the highways and streets of our village and state, and whereas the great state of Illinois is proud to be a national leader in motorcycle safety, education, and awareness, and whereas motorcycles are a common and economical means of transportation that reduce fuel consumption and road wear, and contributes in a significant way to the relief of traffic and parking congestion. And whereas it is especially meaningful that the citizens of our village and state be aware of motorcycles on the roadways and recognize the importance of motorcycle safety. And whereas the members of ABATE of Illinois Incorporated, a brotherhood aimed toward education, continually promote motorcycle safety, education, and awareness in high school drivers' education programs, and to the general public in our village and state, presenting motorcycle awareness programs to over 100,000 participants in Illinois over the past 5 years. And whereas all motorcyclists should join ABATE of Illinois Incorporated in actively promoting the safe operation of motorcycles, as well as promoting motorcycle safety, education awareness, and respect of the citizens of our village and state. And whereas the motorcyclists of Illinois have contributed extensive volunteerism and money to national and community charitable organizations. And whereas during the month of May, all roadway users should unite in the safe sharing of roadways within the village of Round Lake Beach and throughout the great state of Illinois. Therefore, I, Richard H. Hill, Mayor of the Village of Round Lake Beach in the great state of Illinois, in recognition of 28 years of ABATE of Illinois Incorporated and over 615,000 registered motorcyclists statewide, and in recognition of the continued role Illinois serves as a leader in motorcycle safety, education, and awareness, do hereby proclaim the month of May this year, 2016, as Motorcycle Awareness Month. in the village of Round Lake Beach and urge all motorists to join in an effort to improve safety and awareness on our roadways.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by trustee Wallace, second by trustee Butler. We have a motion and a second. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you, everyone. Hopefully we'll help educate the public out there to be a little more careful while pulling out in front of motorcycles coming down the road, because they don't always see them when they kind of give a quick glance. They're supposed to have their headlights on so you can see them easier, and they usually do. It's always good to take that second look just to make sure. Is there a clerk's report tonight?
There is not, thank you.
Okay, move on to our items of business then. We have item A. It's a resolution approving a use agreement for preferred caterers with Lamelli's Enterprise Incorporated, Maravella's Incorporated, Cater Productions, Ron's Italian Ovens, Rosati's Pizza, Don Lewis Catering, and the Picnic Basket. We're renewing the contracts for the caterers over at the Cultural Center. These are all current caterers, I believe, that returning again. A couple of them also have liquor licenses, so they can serve liquor to the larger events. Any questions by the board? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by trustee Valdez, second by trustee Husk. I have a motion and a second. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Butler.
Aye.
Trustee Mount. Trustee Bennis.
Aye.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
Trustee Valdez.
Aye.
Trustee Wallace.
Aye.
That's approved 6-0. Item B, Illinois Department of Transportation Obligation Retirement Resolution, Series 2009 bonds. We do use some of the motor fuel taxes to pay off some of our bonds we used for our road projects several years ago. And every year we got to pass a resolution stating that we're using those funds to pay back bonds that we use for road improvements. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by trustee Bennett, second by trustee Wallace. We have a motion and a second. Any questions by the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Mount. Trustee Bennis.
Aye.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
Trustee Valdez.
Aye.
Trustee Wallace.
Aye.
Trustee Butler.
Aye.
That's approved 6-0. Item C is an ordinance amending section 3-2-8 of the Village Code regarding Class D liquor licenses. We have two new cafes opening up in town that are going to be serving liquor, probably have gambling machines in them, which they all do. And we need to approve those. One had to change his original application, moving down a few doors because another vacant spot opened up that they preferred to take in the same shopping center, but just a couple of doors down. So that was approved at the last committee meeting. Any questions about the board? Is there a motion to approve?
Moved.
Motion by trustee
Second.
Husk.
Second.
Second by trustee Bennis. We have a motion and a second. Any questions by the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Bennis.
Aye.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
Trustee Valdez.
Aye.
Trustee Wallace.
Aye.
Trustee Butler.
Aye.
Trustee Mount.
That's approved 6-0. Item D, an ordinance amending Title 8 of the Village Code to establish rules and regulations for the installation of piers in certain channels of Round Lake. Since the Army Corps of Engineers have taken over the regulation of all the navigable waterways throughout the whole country, we need to put in place a process to authorize pier installations in our channels where it makes the most difference with boats going through there to make sure there's plenty of room for the boats, that the piers are installed properly, that if it's going to have any electrical or other utilities out there that they're put in properly and inspected by our staff before especially being around water. We want to make sure they're all watertight connections and everything with already power that's out there. The board's taken probably 3 months now looking at this, improving it. We had a lot of help from our resident, Mark Johnson. Thank you very much for your help in crafting this, so it's good for the residents, and it'll pass muster with the Army Corps of Engineers, and they won't kick back at us and try and take over the process from us. We did have one change from what the original ordinance had in here about, for some reason, it required everyone take the piers out annually. That's not required. I'm not sure why that language was in there, but it's no longer in there. So just someone's fully aware of that. Any questions by the board? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Butler. Second. Second by trustee Wallace. We have a motion and a second. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
Trustee Valdez.
Aye.
Trustee Wallace.
Aye.
Trustee Butler.
Aye.
Trustee Mount.
Aye.
Trustee Bennis.
Aye.
That's approved 6-0. Again, thank you for your help. Appreciate that very much. So you have item E, as a resolution authorizing an award of contract to Soil and Materials Consultants Incorporated in an amount not to exceed $50,000. We'll be testing materials that we're using in our road construction and resurfacing programs to make sure they're of high-quality materials. We want to make sure that we aren't getting substandard materials that we're using for our construction projects. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Motion by trustee Husk, second by trustee Mount. Any questions by the board? Please call the roll.
Trustee Valdez.
Aye.
Trustee Wallace.
Aye.
Trustee Butler.
Aye.
Trustee Mount.
Aye.
Trustee Bennis.
Aye.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
That's approved 6-0. That was our last item of business. At this time, it is open to public participation. Anyone in the audience have a question or comment for the board, please come to the microphone, give your name and address for the record. Either state your comment or ask your question.
Mark Bailey, 1413 North Pleasant Drive in the village. I have a question for trustee Mount. On Swalco, on the electronics, when they are turned in, are they intended for recycling or are they disposed of specially as opposed to trash, or as opposed to recycled?
They are being recycled. There's parts that are actually taken out by a company. Currently, the company is in Plainfield, and they take them apart, and then certain parts that can be utilized, will go overseas or to make other things, but, plastics, glass, all the different components are separated. So it is being recycled.
Okay, I was just curious because it wasn't clear from your statement. You had talked about the need for
Right.
landfills and such, and it sort of left the impression they weren't recycling the materials they were collecting, and I wanted a clarification.
they-
Thank you very much.
Right, yeah. We just don't want them, they fill up the landfills. You can imagine what the landfills would be like today if we didn't have, that current law.
Not only that, sometimes they have toxic materials in them, which would be even worse.
Exactly. So, all the above, you bet.
Any other comments or questions from the audience? Well, thank you all for being here tonight. We do appreciate that. We have executive session on our agenda, but we have no reason for executive session tonight. So we have no action on those items. Now is there a motion to adjourn? So moved. Motion by trustee Butler, second by trustee Bennis. We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned. Thank you, everyone.